Right everybody, welcome back to KWPR, Koi Water Plants and Rants. My name's Martin. Oh, glasses. My name's Martin, as all you all know. Sorry, I've got my hands full. Just got to top up the feeders and brought a new feeder for the little birdies. Although winter's been quite kind to them. Yes, I know, it turned really cold and frosty during the week. Yes, my fault for saying how mild it's been. I'm sorry. I've still got roses around the front though. Poppies got killed off, but I've still got roses in bud. Anyway, get these put up. Well, I'll go plonk them in the old summer house for a minute, and I'll put them up in a second. And then I'll plop my glasses off my head. Not blind as a bat. Anyway, apologies, no video last week. I was feeling a little bit rough. Had a bit of a cold. Weren't COVID. Done God knows how many tests and things like that just to make sure. But yeah, no. But did feel rough as a dog. So I didn't do anything last week. Well, I did. I did do a little experiment, but I'll get back to that in a little while. But yeah, not a lot going on in the koi pond world at the moment, no, being winter. But we'll have a look at the fish in a minute and give them a bit of food. I've had the lid up all day, give them a bit of fresh air, and we'll probably put the underwater camera down. And there's a couple of things I want to do. I'm going to put one of these monitors, these electric monitors, onto me electrics, just so, well, my koi pond electrics. I'm going to put one of them on so I can just monitor how much electricity my pond is using. So that's everything, the pumps, well, apart from the EA pump that's over on the that's on the house line, but the rest of them are on the individual line with their own consumer unit. So all I've got to do is connect the thing in, and then I can put in the right price of minute, and I can work out how much my pond's costing me to run per day, per week, per month, if it's accurate. It's one of the older models, that's why I'm putting it on there. I'm just waiting for a new household one that we've got to have put in. So yeah, anyway, so a quick look at the fish. Did I bring the food? So everybody's doing well. Hope it's going to be light enough in there to get the camera down. I've lowered the temperature down to 16, but they're still on it. I've got to tie a bit of string back on, that came off, and the feeding ring square is going all over the place. But yeah, everybody seems to be looking quite good from this angle. Zoom in. I'm having to just put a couple of little bits in at a time, because they keep smashing it and knocking it out of the ring where they're going crazy for it. And I am finding that the two small Tahakus, the Adam Byer show ones, they're not so much getting bullied, but they're just not wanting to sort of like compete with the bigger fish so much. Hence I'm not getting the growth I was hoping. So what I'm going to do is see if I can find some sinking food. Now, I love the stuff I'm on, but unfortunately don't do a sinking version of it. So because I'm at 16, I can sort of like feed a reasonable food. Let's see what I mean about the ring moving around. So it's going to be, probably have to be a bit of sake hikari sinking just mixed in, so it gives the two small Adam Byer Tahakus a bit of a chance. I say small, they have grown, you know what I mean, but it's a pro and show competition at the end of the day, and there's a few that are sort of, certainly that I've seen fellow YouTubers that are certainly doing a lot more growth than what mine are. And so I've not even seen one of them come up yet. I mean, I can see them floating around the bottom there, that's why I'm saying there's one I can't see. But they will, there's one. So it just hangs around sort of going, yeah, I want to get up there, and just feel threatened by the others. So if I get a bit of sinking, I think they might stand a bit more of a chance. Yeah, nothing. I mean, you know, the quality of the fish, the Adambara ones are honestly, it's second to none. Just unfortunate with where I came in the pick. I think the ones I think I had five. There were five that I had my eye on, and they all went pretty quick. And being in the last quarter of the draw, you know, there's no such thing as a bad fish there, though. They were all. I can't remember which one is actually my grow and show one. That's the problem. Until you get them side by side and look at them, I think it's the one that's down on the bottom there, sort of searching around for food, which is the smaller of the two, which is typical. But yeah, anyway, somebody sat patiently waiting for his little bit of koi food. Yes, stay. Stay. There you go. It's only because he thinks he's missing out. So, anyway, get the camera down before it gets too dark. Have a little underwatery look. And then, gonna fit, sorry. So, that's a little monitor thing, and that one you plug in. So that's it. So once it's plugged in, you've got to set it all up with, you know, unit price and that lot. And that's the sort of like Wi-Fi sender module. And he says, and that's the bit. So that just clips around your wire. Now it's armoured cable, so hopefully it's going to work on that. Obviously, coming into your consumer unit, once it's cut out the actual protective coating, I don't think it's armoured. It's just sort of like copper with a plastic sheathing. So hopefully it'll work, but we'll see. There's only one way to find out, to get it fitted. But I'll do the underwater camera work first, because I've got light in here and I can see. So I'll do that and I'll get back to you in a minute. And down into the deep dark depths we go once again. Usual suspects there trying to eat the camera, as per always. Oh, there's one of my kahakus. Actually, I think that's a grown show one. Let's have a look at this one coming round. No, that's got the full nose. I'm pretty sure the grown show one is the one with the horseshoe on. I'll have to check back and have a look. But yeah, all the usual hungry suspects are all up there trying to nibble away on the camera. And it always looks so congested. It's when I first put the camera in, because they all come over. But you know, there's loads of room in the pond for them to swim round, but not unless they're becoming celebrities and wanting to get their face on camera. There's me, a chiba. Absolutely lovely fish, I love that. Kirsty the kahaku just gone past. There's one of the grown shows. I dare you to fix me. And there's me high at Surrey. That's going to be a year up for grabs. Not sure on how much I'm going to let it go for. It won't be a lot. No stranger to pay. I don't really want to move any of them on, but you know, when you sort of like got ideas for new fish, you know, you got to make room. Unfortunately, we can't all make our ponds bigger and bigger and bigger. Just ain't got the space, and like I said, considering this, it isn't my forever pond. That's going to come in the future. I haven't got a time scale on it yet. It just depends on when we're in a position to find somewhere where we want to move. Downsizing the house maybe, but upsizing the garden. But
I don't know about you, but sort of like watching the fish. Yeah, you know, koi are meant to be viewed from above. And yeah, they look beautiful, and yeah, looking through windows is, you know, it's quite pleasant. But to actually put a camera down and then watch them on film with the camera, there's something quite relaxing, quite chilling out about it. I know it's chilling out when you stand there above your pond and you look down, and you know, you have a, you know, you can feel the stresses and the angsts of modern life disappearing. But when you're sort of watching it on a camera, you know, takes me back to the days here. I'll see if anybody's as old as me. Can you remember Jacques Cousteau? Yeah, today we are in the deep dark depths of Martin's Pond when we are exploring the koi fish. Can't shake this cold. But no, as per usual, everybody's looking well. You know, no lumps and bumps, which is the main thing. The colour's still holding strong, considering the cover's on. I've done my water tests and everything earlier, and that's all spot on. Some people say that your pH fluctuates when you put covers on. I've never found that with my pond. My pH remains pretty stable. But I do trickle in, sort of like, not constantly. My trickle in comes on for sort of like a couple of hours in the morning and then a couple of hours in the evening. Being on a water meter, I can't justify running it 24/7, 365. The water bill's high enough as it is. But it's all good. A few stones still making their way down, which we'll have to wait now. I've been getting a lot of gunk come up through the bottom drain though when I'm purging it. It seems to be sort of like the inside of the, you know, the coatings that you get on your pipework seems to be coming off. It might have been when I put in some anti-bac treatment there, it might have killed off the lining of the pond of the pipes. But no, the fish don't seem affected by anything. I changed my water filters, as you saw. So, that was the pond, underwater. The trying to connect up the sender unit. Epic fail. The armour cable's too thick for the magnet, which is the way it works. I'll just try and show you. So basically, there's a magnet in the lid as well. So that just snaps around the cover, around the cable, and then it just monitors the electricity going through. So any electricians out there, let me know if there's one that's available for armour cabling or not, or whether just stripping the rubber, or will I have to strip off the metal sheathing as well if I wanted to do it. So I'm not sure whether it'll work on sort of like normal armoured cable, because it's 3-core, and then sort of like your cable coming into your house, you've got your, it's all big copper core, and it going into the consumer box, well, into your other boxes, and it goes into your consumer box. But let me know if there's anything, any electricians, let me know if there's anything I can do about that. So I just want to monitor my pond line, nothing else. All right, so fill up the bird feeders. Right, and right, Ian, you know, I've got the vary pump, the E.A vary pump. So it's running 92 watts, 91, 92 watts at 100%. E.A advertised maximum wattage of 75. Okay, we all know that. Spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, a week before that. Right, so I sent a message to E.A saying, you know, why was this happening? You advertise at 75 watts. You don't say anything in your literature anywhere that this is an estimate or possibility of certain connections or anything like that will make
the wattage usage go up. Heard nothing. Few of you out there who subscribed commented saying could be back pressure. I thought, yeah, great, good idea. So what I've done, I'll show you. But yeah, so I've done this. So I said what I was going to do, I was going to take the spray bar off and then just double check the EA pump, see what the wattage was, because obviously with a spray bar, turn you around, fight my way through the trees rather than going all the way around. So as you can see, coming out, no restriction. So all you got restriction wise is, sorry, get through the bend. So you've got bend, 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 and then the pipe is a flexi pipe buried underground. From there it comes round in a big semicircle all the way round, semicircle all the way round to the outlet just here. So there's not much restriction there. You see it pulling the water off really well. So that's a couple of minutes, and so it's 90, 91, 92 again. So whereas I thought it might be the back pressure on the pump, obviously it's not. So I'll turn that off, disconnect the no, back up to 91, 92. Right, let's turn it off, connect up the spray bar again. So you can see it's all coming out there nicely. So back on, and again still 91, 90, 91 watts. So my idea of back pressure obviously ain't right. So as you can see, didn't make a blind bit of difference at all, relieving any of the pressure. Now I suppose I could take the pump, sort of like disconnect it from all the lines and everything, so just have the pump sat in water, intake outtake, yeah, that's it, nothing connected to it, and see if that makes a difference. If it doesn't, then it's either I've got a faulty pump or it's a faulty reader. But I had an electrician mate of mine come round when I went here, he was doing a job sort of like just across the road, so he popped across, put one of these newfangled dangled meter thingies on there, and said, yeah, he said you're about 500 milliamps or something like that out, he said, but yeah, it's roughly about 91 watts, 92 watts, he says it fluctuates. He said, so yeah, so what you got on the display is what it's pulling, so that's not faulty. So I messaged EA again on Monday, today being Sunday, and still not heard anything. Now I thought EA did have a reputation for having sort of like quite bad customer service, but they did get on top of it, or so it seemed. They seem to be all over it and getting on top of things. And like I said, 2 messages now, emails, because you can't ring them direct, you have to email them, and nothing. So if there's anybody from EA, some small minute slim chance, anybody from EA out there, let me know why. Is it just a bit of false advertising? Is it a faulty pump? Do most of them run like that? But the thing is, you can't say it's faulty, because I know there's a few people out there who are having the same issue, right? And as you saw, relieving the back pressure off of it ain't made a blind bit of difference. So need to sort it out, get on top of it, and let me know what's going on. All right, anyway guys, catch you in a minute. I'm going to put the bird feeders out. So back to work. You see just over there, that's the O2 centre, and come on down one-handed. Oh dear. So big load of steel. Come around the other side, you can't see that. Big load of steel there, building a car park just over there. And just noticed something today that I've never noticed before. I'll try and zoom in so you can see. The Emirates lift. Never actually noticed it before, and I've been to this site quite a few times already. But yeah. That glasses. But that's my bit done. Unstrapped it all. It's in under the crane. Big crane just behind me over there. Look. So in under the crane and get it all tipped. Anyway, gonna settle down in the cab a minute and talk about a few things. I had to cut it short there at the weekend at home because it's my lovely wife's birthday weekend, and it was time to take her out for her birthday dinner. So anyway, as I sort of said, I was going to do some talk about some future plans and stuff like that. But before I do that, I've had a reply from EA. I'll put a screenshot of it up here.
So, sorry for not getting back to you sooner. The pumps are manufactured in batches on a production line, and during each production run, regular testing of pumps ensures the average performance of the pumps in line with tolerances set out in the specification. The performance of any individual pump can be affected by several factors, such as pipework size, electrical supply, and other factors. The control box itself could be affecting the reading. However, notwithstanding this, if you feel your pump is not performing as it should be, then I can change it.
So basically, yeah. So not every pump is tested. It's just a random selection every now and again during the manufacturing process, and and it's not entirely accurate. So, you know, to be fair, I mean, okay, yeah, on a production line I can understand it, but can you really get away with advertising that the maximum wattage is 75 watts? You know, they sort of say take into account different sort of situations and bends and pipework sizes, blah 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 blah. Yeah, appreciate that. I took the spray bar off. I will take the pump and disconnect it from everything and just have it sat in the water running, and sort of see what wattage we get then. I can change it. But as I know from you guys out there sort of saying, yeah, my pump does the same, it runs over wattage and stuff like that, you know, is there any point in doing that? It's not the fact that it's not the fact that it's running at that wattage. What gets my goat is that it was advertised at 75 and it's not running at 75, and things like that just niggle me, you know. You know, it's like people, like, you know, these big companies take us for mugs, and you know, we're not. So yeah, anyway, but whatever. Let me know what you think. But anyway, future plans. Okay, so you know, I'm saving up for the drum. Right, definitely on the cards now. Surrey Koi are having their winter event, and it was going to be in February. They've now put that back to the end of March. They haven't actually announced the date yet, but as soon as I hear a date, I'll let you know. It'll be all over social media and stuff like that anyway, but as soon as there's a date, I'll let you know. And what I'm planning is, fingers crossed, I should have all the money together to order my drums. So I'll go up to the Surrey Koi winter event, big wad of money, and go, oi Mike, give me a drum. Yeah, right. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to sort of get that all ordered for in the Surrey Koi event end of March, and hopefully the drum won't take too long until it's with us, and start thinking about getting the install done. Did have a conversation with my wife. I wanted to make the pond bigger as well this year. yeah, I know I've got a small garden, but I was thinking about maybe ripping out sort of like a couple of the trees and sort of like coming up to the wall. But after a discussion which I lost, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. And as she quite rightly stated, it's not our forever home. And she has said I can have the pond I want and the size I want when we eventually move to our forever home. Best I start looking. Yeah, so that's not going to happen, but there are a few sort of like changes I do sort of want to make more for my convenience, you know. But I'm of the elk and that, like, don't play around with your pond too much, because that causes problems. But sort of like putting a drum in anyway is going to upset the system to start with. So once I'm doing that, I might as well make a few more little changes. Going to move some more fish on. There's a couple of you out there who are interested. I'm sorry I ain't got back to you yet. It's just been manic at work and social life and stuff like that. It's just getting on top of me at the moment. But yeah, so I'm going to move a couple of fish on, and I'm planning on also getting myself a very high quality shower this year. And I can, up here, I can see the one I want, what I'm looking for, and it's just a case of biding your time and going for that one fish that, you know, when you eventually find it, and not just sort of going, well, that's close enough or anything like that. So yeah, after a very high quality show this year. Shows, yeah, hopefully going to attend most of them this year. I can't hand on heart say that I'm going to attend every one. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to do it, but I'm going to attend as many of them as I can. So looking forward to seeing you all there. Hopefully this year we're going to have a real good koi year, nice hot summer, get out in the gardens, do bits and pieces, get around the shows, meetups. And next week I'm going to be throwing an idea out there, where all us koi tubers and, you know, just regular viewers and out there can sort of like all get involved, and, you know, maybe give something back, a bit of, let's call it not charity work, but sort of like along those lines. You know, if I say DIY SOS or Love Your Garden or Garden Rescue, you might have an idea where I'm going. But I'll talk about that next week, and it is just an idea, but I'll talk about it next week. All right, and guys, sorry I didn't put a video out. Like I said last week, I wasn't feeling well, and I'm not putting out videos just for the sake of putting out videos. But yeah, stay safe, everybody. Hopefully there'll be something happening this week. In winter time, nothing happens. But yeah, hopefully I'll have something for you for this weekend. And remember, stay safe, look after yourselves, don't listen to Boris, keep your face masks on, and keep your distance and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, numbers ain't coming down that much, for God's sake. And remember, it ain't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. Stay safe. See you soon.
I know who you are, and I know where you are. Now, I don't have any Guinness, but what I do have is a particular set of swimwear acquired over many years. I won't need my wetsuit, because your koi pond is hotter than a Belizean whorehouse in the rainy season. But what I do have is budgie smugglers or a mankini. Now, if you let me freely swim in your pond, I won't wear them. But if you don't, I will wear one of them, swim in your pond, and drink your Guinness in a cocktail glass through a straw with a little umbrella.